Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're watching for the first time, or if you're watching for the 10th time and you don't subscribe to the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network YouTube channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Shooting Up North, Instagram at Alliance PW Network, and feel free to join our Facebook group, the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. In addition, we have t-shirts available, Shooting Up North t-shirts. They are available right now at whatamaneuver.net. The link is right on our YouTube channel. Look at the banner where it says Shooting Up North at the top. Go to the right, look in the corner, bottom right corner, click on that link, and you can order a t-shirt as well. We've had a few sold so far, so thank you everyone that has purchased a t-shirt. Really appreciate it. But if you're looking to get some Shooting Up North merchandise, just click on that link. All right, so let's get into it. This is a Shooting Up North podcast news update. So a former WWE star made their Pro Wrestling Noah debut today. Former WWE superstar Timothy Thatcher debuted in Pro Wrestling Noah on Tuesday, joining Takashi Segura's Gun Faction. Thatcher teamed with Segura, Rene Dupree, El Hijo, Dr. Wagner Jr., and former NXT wrestler trainer Hideki Suzuki. Thatcher got his team the win against Michael Elgin, Kaito Kiyomiya, Masa Kitamiya, Yoshiki Inamura, and the GHC heavyweight champion Go Shiozaki in a 10-man tag team match this morning I say this morning in Canada, evening, probably yesterday evening in Japan, in Korakuen Hall. Thatcher trapped Inamura in a Fujiwara armbar, earning a quick tap out from the young star. The former Evolve champion stood alongside his fellow members backstage, his fellow Segura gun members backstage, where Rene Dupree introduced him to the cameras, saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is Double T Timothy Thatcher." So Timothy Thatcher, former WWE superstar, Timothy Thatcher, making his Pro Wrestling Noah debut this morning in Korakuen Hall in Japan. We'll see how Pro Wrestling Noah uses Timothy Thatcher. Should be a good fit for Pro Wrestling Noah. I haven't seen the match yet. I do subscribe to Wrestling Universe, Wrestle Universe, I should say, with Pro Wrestling Noah. Their streaming events are on there. I'll have to check it out. Haven't seen it yet, but exciting time for Pro Wrestling Noah. They get a lot of debuts recently, so they're bringing in some new talent, some overseas talent as well, and the latest one being, of course, Timothy Thatcher. Okay, so MLW has announced a huge main event for Battle Riot, the MLW Heavyweight Championship on the line. Major League Wrestling today announced a World Heavyweight Championship title fight, as the MLW Heavyweight Champion Alex Hammerstone will be defending the MLW World Heavyweight Championship against former Ring of Honor World Champion. I think he's former Ring of Honor World Champion Bandito. Cesar Duran will be in Bandito's corner. Battle Riot will be at New York City's Melrose Ballroom, Queens, New York, June 23rd, featuring an MLW Fusion TV taping. Now, I really wish this is going to be an excellent match. This is going to be an excellent match. Alex Hammerstone versus Bandito. I really wish that MLW would have a few pay-per-views, because this is a pay-per-view quality main event. Battle Riot's going to be a huge event as well. Killer Cross, among other names, are involved. I don't have the whole list of who's entered in the Battle Riot at this time, but Battle Riot's a big deal, and this is a big main event. The winner of Battle Riot will get a shot at Alex Hammerstone. So I kind of wish they would go back to. I know they did it in the past, Yeah, but I know these are TV tapings, but I kind of wish they would have events that they're showing on Fight TV, because they're stepping it up, the MLW, and this is gonna be a great match. I don't think Bandito is going to win. I think Hammerstone is going to be victorious in this one, but it's going to be a great match. Bandito, excellent talents. Once again, Alex Hammerstone defending the MLW World Heavyweight Championship against Bandito at MLW Battle Riot on June 23rd. Cesar Duran will be in Bandito's corner. Going to be a great match. Going to be a great one. It says it features a TV taping. I hope that this match is taped for TV. Could very well just be for the audience in attendance only. But hopefully hopefully it'll be shown on YouTube. But they should get back on Fight TV. They should get back on Fight TV and get some more events, man. I would pay for this. I mean, in 1999, 1995, $14.99, $24.99, I would pay for Battle Riot. And I'm sure a lot of MLW fans would as well. So maybe we'll see MLW back on have a few pay-per-view shows upcoming in 2022. So New Japan Pro Wrestling, two things about New Japan Pro Wrestling, and then we will wrap it up. It was announced today, the first time ever, New Japan Pro Wrestling will have a joint show with STARDOM. Sibling promotions, New Japan Pro Wrestling and STARDOM held a press conference on Monday to announce the first ever event between the two promotions. Both companies are owned by Bushiroad. New Japan Pro Wrestling and STARDOM show will take place on November 20th. It's quite a ways away. But it's taking place November 20th at the Araki Arena in Tokyo, Japan. Brand new arena. I think it was built for the Olympics. Was never used. New Japan Pro Wrestling, STARDOM, they never had a show in the Araki Arena, and it's going to be the first show for both of them in that arena in Tokyo. There was a press conference that celebrated 15 years of their parent company, as I mentioned, company that owns both Bushiroad, and it was attended by Artists of Stardom champion Starlight Kid, Mayu Iwatani, who is the SWA World Champion, and New Japan Pro Wrestling's Great-O-Khan and Hiroshi Tanahashi. So that's going to be a great. It doesn't mention if there's going to be mixed tag team matches, or if it's just going to be New Japan Pro Wrestling stars against New Japan Pro Wrestling stars and Stardom stars against Stardom stars. That could very well be the case, but we could also get some mixed matches as well. That doesn't indicate any lineup or any hint of a lineup, but it's still quite a ways away. November 20th, but they did make a mistake here. This is our Wrestling Inc. They said this event will be I just want to point this out because they made a mistake and I got to correct them here. Wrestling Inc. saying that this event will be New Japan Pro Wrestling's third cross-promotional event in 2022. It says January 8th saw New Japan Pro Wrestling face off against Pro Wrestling Noah, which was a great show. It says New Japan Pro Wrestling will run Chicago's United Center in tandem with All Elite Wrestling. And then it indicates that the third show will be against Stardom. That's not true. They did have a fourth cross-promotional show with All Japan Pro Wrestling, which happened a few weeks ago. So there were actually 4, not 3 cross-promotional shows that New Japan Pro Wrestling will be involved in 2022. So the Stardom one will be their 4th, not their 3rd, their 4th. So I just wanted to correct Wrestling Inc. They should have did maybe a little extra research, but that's okay. Just wanted to correct them on that. And last but not least, penalties have been announced for Kota Ibushi and New Japan Pro Wrestling officials. New Japan Pro Wrestling has penalized Kota Ibushi, company president Takami Obari, and company official Yuchi Kikuchi over their ongoing disputes. In a release statement on their website Sunday, New Japan Pro Wrestling announced Ibushi, Obari, and Kikuchi would all receive a 10% reduction in pay from July 2022 through September of 2022. New Japan Pro Wrestling also announced that Kikuchi, referred to as only the official, will be transferred to a different position within the company. Kikuchi had previously served as head booker Gato's primary assistant. The statement can be seen below. I'm not going to read the entire statement, but Kota Ibushi will be getting a 10% deduction in pay for a 3-month period, again, between July and September of 2022 as a result of breach of contract. So Ibushi took issues with New Japan Pro Wrestling public last month when he revealed via social media that Kikuchi threatened to end his New Japan Pro Wrestling contract over an unapproved appearance in March. And Ibushi also made other allegations as well, which we're not going to go into right now. But it looks like he's not going to get his release. Ibushi sticking, New Japan Pro Wrestling sticking with Ibushi. I think it was just a little slap on the wrist. A little slap on the wrist. I don't think they wanted to punish Ibushi too severely. 10% reduction in pay. I don't know how much he's getting paid, but I'm sure he'll be okay if he's taking a 10% reduction in pay over 3 months. He's one of their top stars. I'm sure he's getting paid well. It's a little slap on the wrist, but like I said, they don't want to punish him too severely because they don't want to let him go, and they're trying to keep Ibushi happy because Ibushi, in my opinion, one of the absolute best wrestlers in the world, and New Japan Pro Wrestling doesn't want to let him go. They want to keep Ibushi happy. They took issue with his making an unapproved appearance in March. They could have punished him a little more severely. Maybe they could have maybe suspended him for 6 months, but that 10% reduction in pay. So I fully expect Kota Ibushi to be back. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him at Dominion. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him at Dominion this Sunday, June 12th. So we'll leave it at that. Okay, so that's it for now. That's the Shooting Up North podcast news update. Again, I'm watching the news. Anything breaks, of course, I'll be back. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. And stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye-bye.